Let's discuss this further now with Jennifer Nadel, who's a political commentator and co-founder of the UK think tank Compassion in Politics, is joining us from London. Jennifer, thank you so much for your time. What did you make of Starmer's speech? How convincing was he?
I think he just doesn't get it. He doesn't get the scale of the challenge that he is facing. He sounded passionate, more passionate than we often hear him sounding, but he didn't say sorry. He didn't apologise to his party for the catastrophic losses that occurred at our recent local elections and the elections in Wales and Scotland. And he really offered more of the same. He gets it. He needs to do something bolder, but all he can offer is rhetoric and reheated cabbage, policies that he's already announced, represented as new. You know, he says, as your correspondent said, that he wants closer relationships with the EU, and that's what he wants to mark out his leadership. But he's not actually talking about joining the customs union or the single market.
Before I ask you what bold thing he could take or make right now, I just wanted to ask you about the leadership contest threat. How credible is it right now? Over 30 to 40 MPs are openly calling for his resignation. What's the likelihood of it happening and forcing a contest soon?
I think it's really credible, but his strongest argument is that he doesn't want to plunge the country into chaos. And there are definitely some Labour MPs, senior Labour MPs, who agree with that a leadership change at this moment could be very damaging for the country. However, most of his backbenchers, those who were elected on a ticket to change things, to make the country more compassionate, are deeply frustrated with his leadership and with his policies. And they would like to see a change of leadership. And many of them would like it to be Andy Burnham, the mayor of Manchester, who, of course, isn't a member of Parliament at the moment and would have to come back into Parliament before he could enter any leadership challenge. So it's complicated. Can Andy Burnham get back into Parliament in time to stand as an alternative to Keir Starmer? And if not, and there's a leadership election without him as a clear front runner, it could get very messy indeed.
It is very complicated. So what do you think Starmer can do now? What bold thing can he do and save Labour, basically?
I don't think that he has anything in his trick box that he can do now. He could, I mean, if I were him, I would be much bolder on the EU and look to rejoin the customs union. I would look to be much bolder on the issue of housing. I would introduce a windfall tax on the huge profits that energy companies have made. And there's a strong movement here of patriotic millionaires saying you need to tax us more because, of course, inequality has grown dramatically in this country. But he has shied away from all of those bold policies, the sort of policies that have won support but for the Green Party, who is promoting those kind of policies, which many in Starmer's party support. But he doesn't want to do that. He wants to keep trying to take the middle line when the middle line is clearly failing and is not successful to the electorate.
Thank you so much for talking to us. Very interesting to hear your thoughts about what's happening in the UK. Jennifer Nadel joining us there from London.